Hello, class. This is Mr. Piggott. I'm your new math teacher. I created a PowerPoint that I thought would help you all get to know who I am a little bit better. And I was hoping to use today's lesson to hear a little bit about you all so I can start getting to know you all a little bit better too. This will be tough to do virtually during a quarantine, but um, it's worth a try. And this is who I am. So I figured the framework I used was who, what, where, why, and when. So let's begin. Well, who is Mr. Piggott? Well, I'm obviously a math teacher. I've been teaching for 18 years. I consider myself a family man, one of four kids. I'm the youngest. I have about, I don't know the exact number, 6 or 7 nieces and nephews that I love to death. Um, Tons of cousins, aunts, uncles. So family is really important to me. Um, so are sports. And if any of you all are like me, you're really missing live sports and being able to watch competition. I'm also a big fan of music, in particular hip hop. But I also listen to a little bit of everything. But when I'm really getting in my bag, it's usually hip hop. And then this picture I shared here is a self portrait I did. So that looks a little bit like me. You'll see other pictures as we go on. So, what is important to Mr. Piggott? Well, family is very important. Um, my family, my parents are still together. We've always had family reunions on both sides of the family. So we just always instilled the importance of family in addition to education. Um, you know, uh, as a African American, for my parents' generation, education was something that they knew no one could ever take from you, regardless of what other things are happening in the country. So, because that was instilled into them as children, they made sure to instill it into their kids. So, education plays a big role in my life. As does mentorship. I love this picture of this little dog. I don't know if you can see it hanging on to the end of that stick while the big dog holds it. But that little dog was me growing up, trying to hang out with my older brother, wanting to do everything that he did, wanting to be able to go the places that he was allowed to go. So I've always understood the importance of mentorship. And when you hear people say, if I'd only known then what I know now, I would do this differently, or I might change this. Well, in my mind, mentorship allows us to give people younger than us advice so that when they hit those scenarios, they're ready the first time around and they don't have to have regrets. So I'm a big fan of mentorship. Where am I from? Well, I'm from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. You may not have heard of that city before, but if you've ever been in a gas station and looked at the packs of cigarettes, you may have seen cigarettes called Winston's or cigarettes called Salem's. Those things were invented in my hometown. That interlocking NC that you see there in Carolina blue, that's the logo for the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill, where I attended. It's also the same school that Michael Jordan attended. Um, so, yes, that is where I'm from. What's my why? Well, there are many whys, but uh, one really important why is that I think representation is important. And it's important that people see people who look like them as teachers. And it's important that people see themselves in positions of leadership. I love this picture here on the left because it's a picture of a little girl who was watching Simone Biles in the Olympics, and then she wanted to do some gymnastics herself. So she did a little balance beam on her broomstick. I just love that pic. Another important why, this is a picture of my partner. Um, you know, she and I met in 2007, and in '09 I moved out here to be with her. So I probably wouldn't be in California were it not for her. When did I decide to become a teacher? This was during my undergraduate years in college. This is a picture of me and the fellas. So, teaching is really important to me and it's something I want to do. And lastly, just because I love my family, this is a picture of my family. Um, that's everybody. All right. Thanks, guys.